for dropping by. So today we're doing something different. We'll be changing the LED backlight on a Samsung television. Starting from this point right here. You see this right here point is where I put each screw that I remove, and that's my advice to you. If there is one piece of advice I can share with you, is whenever you disassemble any kind of such device, either laptop, television, or anything similar, always remember where you took out each screw from, and put them one next to each other and compare them so that you won't mess up the screws. Compare the threads, the lengths, and the heads of the screws so that we won't mess things up. See, these 4 screws right here are totally different than the 3 previous screws. These 4 screws are M3 by 6 millimeters, while the previous 3 screws are 12 millimeters long with different thread. So keep that in mind and compare each screw to its previous one so that you won't mess up anything. And continuing on, everything is screwed on this metal frame, this gray metal frame, which is the base to everything right here, that holds everything together. And the next step is to remove the screws that hold this back plastic bezel on the frame. 15 screws, if I remember correctly, M3 by 6 millimeters, flathead. And we'll be removing this back bezel. Of course, every component that you remove, be gentle with it, like I am here. If you haven't removed it before, remove it carefully. First move it, see how it moves, how it behaves. If there's something you don't like, don't push it. And if something is to be removed, normally if it is designed to be removed, then it will be removed. So, okay, and the connectors, that's another issue. Be careful with the connectors. Here we have a couple of different types of connectors. Gently remove the connectors. And as I said, if something is designed to be removed, or if it is designed to be assembled by human hands, then it is designed to also be removed by human hands. So naturally, we are now able to remove this back bezel. Yes, right here. This cable right there was the cable for the back, for the button, for the menu button. These are the speakers, left and right speakers. Oh, and before you remove each speaker, see how it fits in its position, and familiarize yourself with how it is positioned on the frame. This is another point, the connectors for ribbon cables. These are quite sensitive, but you can remove them gently, like I do here. Look at this. Gently you can remove them without damaging anything. And now we can remove the speakers out of the way. And another ribbon cable for the LCD panel in the front. Okay, and gently removing these ribbons. The 2 caps, left and right, these are 2 protective plastic caps to the left and to the right that cover the longitudinal, those long PCBs that connect to different positions on the LCD panel in the front. And all around the metal bezel, this is another bezel that holds the front part in place, and all around they've placed, I don't know why, they've placed adhesive tape, black adhesive tape, for some weird reason. Fabric, actually, adhesive tape. There's your OEM quality. And the right cover, also it's held in place with clips, 3 clips for each cover. Gently, so as not to break something. And those PCBs for the LCD panel in the front, they are held in place with clips. It's just slips on. It's a slip-on connection. It's held in place like this. See, there's nothing too special about it. Everything is held in place in a simple way, probably because simplicity is reliable. And now the metal bezel for the front panel is held in place with 9 screws, also M3 by 6. And again, position each screw next to each other, count them and compare them, so that you don't mess things up, and put them aside in a different position so that you won't mix the screws, the different types of screws. And now we're ready to turn it over and remove the front bezel. Okay. And now you'll see that this front bezel that goes all around the edges of the panel and holds the panel in place, you'll see how small and thin it is. No, small, thin, how thin it is, and why you should be so gentle about these components. Of course, always wear gloves. I forgot to wear gloves in this one, but I had washed my hands, but gloves are a better option. So always wear gloves in works like these. See how thin and sensitive it is? Even though it is quite sturdy, well, it seems flimsy. So be very careful with it, and also be very careful with this front panel. Always be very careful with this front LCD panel. If you have something to put it on a desk so that it lies on a desk, that's the ideal. If you can put it somewhere aside to stand somewhere else, that is okay too. And then we remove these spacers that hold the LCD panel in position, also gently. See, everything we do is is very gentle, because you see we have sensitive plastic parts here. That's why I prefer to be gentle with them, so as not to break anything. And then this translucent white sheet that is used to refract the backlight. This is just it just stays there. It doesn't have any clips to be secured in place. It is secured with the plastic pieces that we removed earlier on the edges. And then we have another white sheet on the bottom, which is held in place with these spacers. 8 spacers in total. You just turn them a quarter turn, and you can remove them. And it is quite easy to break them, actually, so don't force them either to remove them or to position them, to reassemble them. Don't force them too much. Turn them whichever side they can be turned. Don't force them. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 spacers right there. And now we can remove this. Oh, first we compare. We see where we are. This is off center, so that we cannot reposition this sheet in the wrong position. Okay, so first we see that we don't mess that up, and then we can remove that white sheet, and slowly we can remove these strips from their positions. They are held in place with metal clips, and it is well, personally I find it useful to be removed, to remove them slowly and apply force in all the lead, in all the strip, in the entire length of the strip, so that it comes out slowly and gently, and don't bend, and I don't want to bend it. See, each of these strips is actually 2 strips, one long strip and one short strip, and it is connected here to this left strip with clips, with connectors, with a 2-pin connector, and each this short strip is connected to the long strip with the same type of connectors. Simple stuff, nothing special. And again, gently we remove it from its position and push it gently out. And again, remove the side connector from its position. No need to go normally here, so we can speed things up. Let's press on the pedal and move a little bit forward on this one. For the hardcore of you, I will be posting a full version of this video, which is around 2 hours, if I remember correctly, so that you can, if anyone cares, you can see how everything was done. This is a shortened version of this whole job. So I decided to see what is written on the original strips, and there are some markings. Yellow on the long strip, white on the short strip. However, you can't really make it out on camera. There are some letters and numbers. They seem to form a pattern, but I couldn't really make out what kind of pattern they formed. So I'm guessing it doesn't really matter. So we can remove the old strips and open up the new ones from the internet, and immediately I've noticed something interesting. There are no markings in the aftermarket ones, no markings at all. So probably those markings of the original LED strips, they didn't really mean anything. So we can just put them in place, and then we can simply connect them following the reverse procedure from removing them. Nothing special about it, as I said. They're just clip on the left side LED strip. That's the power strip over there. So let's just connect one of them. We just gently put it in place, and we can connect the left connector gently, either before or after you connect the short LED strip. And it just clicks in place. That's it. and also the short one is sitting in position in those clips. And you connect the connector, the middle connector. You just push it until it clicks in place. The only thing that bothers me in these aftermarket strips, maybe it's in this particular television, the only thing that bothered me is this last strip. See, on the frame, on the short LED side, on the short strip side, there is a metal bump on the frame, which is serves as a guide for the original strip to sit in position. So this aftermarket strip apparently is about 0.5 millimeter to the side. The opening on that side, on that part right here, the small circle right here, has some kind of has a notch right there, which serves as a guide to position the strip on the frame, on the metal frame. There's a bump in the frame, and this serves as a guide to position the strip correctly, but the aftermarket strip is 0.5 millimeter to the right, so it doesn't sit properly. And so much so that I decided to compare the aftermarket strips with the original strips, and I didn't find anything different. So, and actually I didn't find anything bothering the LED strip, or the LED strip bothering something else on the operation of the television. So I have decided that this doesn't really matter that much. You can see from this angle how the strip is leaning forward. But it probably doesn't matter, so we can connect the power and test it and see how it performs, if it turns on at all. And let's see. Yes, success. Well, at least they turn on. So, the reassembly is the exact reverse procedure. Nothing different at all. We're placing the this back white plastic sheet and the spacers. Put them in position. Then we can put back the white panel, which is actually these are actually two white pieces, a thin and the thicker one. And after we position it in place, we can put the side spacers, these plastic spacers that hold the LCD panel in place, and they keep the white back panel in position. And we can position the LCD screen gently. Be careful of those PCBs down there. Be very careful of those PCBs. That's why you need to wear gloves in this part, because of this, because you need to touch the LCD screen. I didn't have any gloves available, so you'll have to excuse me for that, but this is an example to be avoided. And the metal bezel, gently it sits in its position. See, everything is measured in the millimeter, so it fits very tightly in place, and it sits nicely. and then it is screwed on from the back, from the sides actually. It is screwed on the metal frame, and we can turn it over. So going in the reverse order, we can first secure the metal bezel on its position with the side screws. First, and this screw, here's another tip. Whenever you reconnect metal screws, I prefer to turn them to the left first to unscrew them a little bit until it catches the thread, and then I screw them on properly. This way I am totally sure that the screw has caught the thread and it is screwing in properly, and I won't mess up the thread. Okay, then we can clip the LCD PCBs in position. And then connect those ribbon cables gently, following the exact reverse procedure. We can close the caps, the protective caps. They just clip in place. And the left cap. We can put back the adhesive tape in position all around. And of course connect the ribbon cables for the LCD panel centrally, position them centrally, and gently close the securing clips. And right after that we can place the speakers. We can also connect that ribbon cable, but yeah, we'll do that in a moment. Always be careful with ribbon cables. I've always had some kind, you can call it fear with ribbon cables. If you don't remove them correctly, you're running the risk of destroying one of the pins, or more than one of the pins. However, if you remove them properly, you don't have to worry about anything. So always be careful when removing ribbon cables. And again, that final connector that connects the menu button in the back, and then we can secure this rear plastic bezel in position with its screws. And again, when securing those screws, I prefer to turn them a little bit to the left, unscrew them a little bit so that they properly catch the thread, and then I will be sure that I am screwing them correctly in position and I don't destroy any of the thread. And finally, the back cap, the back cover that covers everything, the final 4 small screws and the 3 longer screws. Oh, and whenever it is possible, I prefer to start them by hand. I prefer to start the screws by hand, and this way I will know again that I have caught the thread correctly, and I won't be I won't be unscrewing them. Okay, the hand is quite a useful tool sometimes. The feel, the touch is quite a useful tool. And of course, finally, the legs, the base of the television, the 4 screws that hold it in place, and one of them, sorry for that angle, the last screw went off camera. And we're pretty much done with the reassembly. I believe we can put it in its fit. Yes, and we can connect the power and see how it runs. That's right. Let's connect the power and see what is going on. The final moment of truth. Yes, it runs properly. It seems to be working properly as it should. Nothing out of the ordinary, and the menu button works properly. We've connected everything. We've screwed all the screws, no screws remaining. That's important, and we're good to go. Job well done. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.